Hi, welcome to RF Insights. In this video, I'm going to briefly explain and talk about ITUR, International Telecommunication Union Radiocommunications Branch. So in order to explain to you what ITUR does, I go through the website and I go to different sections and explain the functions of different groups, different parts, and what each of them mean. So ITU, International Telecommunication Union, is an organization which oversees the regulations related to radio communications in all continents, in all countries. So countries become members of the ITU and they pay some fees. In return, the ITU works towards, harmonizing the telecommunications activities in different countries, making standards. So these standards are used by technologies, by administrations, by regulators, by private companies, and makes life a lot easier. In some areas of the telecommunications, such as radio communications, this kind of coordination between countries is crucial because there's no boundary for propagation of radio waves. It's not like fiber optic cables, so the signal is contained in the cable. In radio communication, the signal travels in space without any control over it whatsoever. So this kind of coordination between administrations and operators is crucial, and therefore ITUR is one of the busiest and one of the most important components of the ITU in general. So here I'm in the webpage of the ITUR. ITUR has a president, so at the moment the president of the ITUR or the director of the Radiocommunications Bureau is Mario Menjevics. So this Radiocommunication Bureau is some kind of like bureaucratic arm of the ITUR, where all these coordination between countries, countries submit their data to ITUR, it's collected there, it's examined. So this bureau basically releases some software once in a while, and the administrations or the operators use this software in order to prepare their data to be sent to the ITUR. So this is one of the important offices in the ITUR. I would say the most important one is the Radiocommunications Bureau. And it releases lots of publications and lots of software. The ITUR has different study groups. I start from here. So study groups are different groups that are studying or dealing with different aspects of radio communications, right? So here you can see the list of the study groups. If I want to zoom in a bit more, so study group 1 or SG1 is dealing with spectrum management. Study group 3 is dealing with radio wave propagation. Study group 4, satellite services. Study group 5, terrestrial services. Study group 6, broadcasting. 7, science services. And for example, if we go to study group 4, we want to see what's in there. If you click on it, another page is gonna open, and here each of these study groups basically have some periodical meetings. Often is held in Geneva every 6 months or every 4 months, depending on the situation. And these periodic meetings, different agenda items are being discussed between the administrations and the operators. Countries bring proposals to these meetings in order to, if they want to change a frequency band, if they want to do like some changes to some of the regulatory measures that are already in place, they bring these ideas into these, in this case, working party 4A meetings or a study group 4 meeting, and they discuss these ideas. Okay, each study group has some working parties. For example, this is study group 4, which was about the spectrum management, has a couple of working parties. Okay, so working party 4A is about efficient orbit and spectrum utilization for fixed satellite service and broadcast satellite service. Working party 4B deals with air interfaces, performance availability objectives for FSS BSS. 4C is dealing with efficient orbit spectrum utilization for MSS and RDSS services. So each of these study groups, if you click on them, you're going to see they have some working parties that are dealing with different subjects in radio communications. For example, in this study group 5, if you go and see, it's about it has working party 5A, land mobile services, working party 5B, maritime mobile services, and so on. So all of these different wireless services are divided into study groups and working parties. Okay. So about the meetings, I said that there is like a regular meetings every 6 months, for each of these working parties. For example, if we go look at the study group 4 for satellite services, and we want to see when is the next meeting for working party 4A, for example, we have to go to the page of the working party 4A, and here if you go in the meetings schedule, you will see when is the next meeting for working party 4A and where is it gonna be held. Normally, as I said, the meetings are in Geneva in Switzerland, but sometimes it is other countries are volunteers in order to host the working party meetings. Okay, closer to the meeting date, countries submit their documents in order to be discussed in the meetings. These documents are called contributions in general. So there's a tab here, contributions. So if you go in it, you'll need a username and password, which is called the TIES username and password, in order to log in. After you log in, you will be able to basically see the contributions that have been submitted, or see what other countries are going to send, what kind of documents they're going to send, and you can prepare yourself for the meeting in advance. One other important thing about this ITUR is every 4 years there is a big conference held. Again, normally it's not in Geneva, it's in some other countries that are voluntary and approved in the meetings. And these big conferences that, every efforts that are done in the working parties, all of them are summarized and decisions are made in these big meetings that called WRC meetings, or World Radio Communications Conferences. So the last World Radio Communication Conference, I think WRC 23, was held in Dubai or Abu Dhabi. I'm not sure. It was in United Arab Emirates, and there was some decision documents released and signed by the countries about what changes are going to be made into the spectrum and what items are going to be discussed in the next round of the WRC meetings. So I keep it at that level of details at the moment, because there are a lot more that we can talk about ITUR. For example, ITUR has its regional offices in each continent, and I'll talk about other aspects of the ITUR in other meetings, in other videos. So if you're interested in this subject, please let me know. leave me a comment, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a good time.